Hi, Lesage here, your chronically Caucasian vocal analyst, and today we're going to be diving into some great singing, courtesy of the Terrell Show.
Ooh, I can only imagine.
Oh, she's finished.
You trying to make me just do a concert?
Well,
Yeah, right? Yes.
yeah.
Okay, budget.
Hey girl, how you doing?
I can't make intros this good. I hope nobody expects this of me.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Terrell. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here to a very special episode, a part of our road to 1 million. Can y'all clap for me, please? Because we're on the road. We're driving.
Yes.
We're gonna get there. Listen.
Foreshadowing. Also, brief aside, what a great thing to do with your platform when you hit that level of ability, or like that level of notoriety and fame. Like, he could have just done like a cheap yay million thank you, I can't believe, right? Like, oh, I can't believe how blessed I am video. He did something that I hope that I have the opportunity to do later on, which is to highlight and do well by a lot of other performers who don't have the same platform. So respect.
It's just, the oil is radiating off of you.
Oh my God.
I'm really trying not to catch it too fast, because you're saying nothing yet. You've said nothing yet.
I haven't.
And I already feel glorified. How do you do that?
Well, thank you, Lord, for the glory.
It's Tamela Mann, everybody. Clap for her. Oh.
So happy to be here.
There might be a video where I have strong feelings about her performing.
So happy to
Wow.
be here.
Thank you so much for being on this show, on this blue wall. This is a day for me, okay? I'm gonna be up, I'm gonna be down.
Okay.
Because you are one of my favorite singers across genres, everybody. Stay with me. One of my favorite voices of all time. Clap for that. Of all time. Of all time.
Oh, wow, that's an honor. Thank you.
I have been with you since Cora. The longevity. That's very, 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 very hard to do.
Actually, that was one of my prayers. I look at Shirley Caesar, I
Yes.
look at Aretha Franklin. I said, Lord, if you could just bless me with that longevity. I mean, and be able to I want to be able to sing until I leave here.
Longevity in two ways. Also, like the vocals, for sure, but also career. Kaji made a video about longevity. I'm just gonna plug it real quick. Kaji and I have back and forths regularly on Discord, and he made a very long video, but it's really good. Kaji knows his stuff. He does his research. We discuss the anatomy of the voice, different methods. He's a very knowledgeable guy. So this goes over how the myth that your voice will not hold up with age is not true for the most part. You can sing really well for a long period of time. So just before anyone maybe loses hope on that or feels like they can't sing, you can, and the skill will stay with you if you do it right.
And you will.
Amen. I
And it will
receive that.
always be from the belly.
It will be from the belly.
You talking about somebody who sang from the belly? That is Tamela Mann. Man, you can sing. Okay? So as you know, we're giving away cool prizes to amazing subscribers throughout this whole Road to 1 Million series. And today, Tamela,
What we giving
guess
away?
what we giving away, girl?
What we giving away? I like to give away.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what we're giving away and then you announce it. I'm gonna whisper it in your ear.
Okay. Oh my God, guys, guess what we're giving away? $1,000 today! Woohoo! I want to be the one to win.
Girl, you got $1,000.
I do. We're gonna share today.
We are giving away $1,000. All you have to do is subscribe or already be a subscriber to this channel and leave a comment below. One of the first 1,000 comments, and obviously be a subscriber. When you do that, will win $1,000.
What?
1 in 1,000. Not bad. Better than 1 in a million.
I'm gonna pluck him out of hat.
For whoever the winner is, congratulations.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe.
How did you meet Kirk? How did you get into that choir?
Okay, how did I meet Kirk Franklin? Actually, my best friend had a chorus class in high school with Kirk, my husband David, and our pastor now, Darrell Blair. They had a group called Humble Hearts.
Yes.
So my friend told them.
I've heard the name Kirk Franklin. It might have been on the reaction I did to Honest Vocal Coach's reaction of Mariah Carey. I think Kirk Franklin was on that. Either way, even if that is the case, I have not heard enough of Kirk Franklin, so I'm gonna write that down real quick. I know it's not a good thing to like laugh at yourself, but come on. A reaction battle. I reacted to a react. Part of me wants to do a react to the reaction that I did about the reaction that Honest Vocal Coach did about Mariah Carey. I think I've just hit Inception. Anyway, Kirk Franklin is in this one, and I really enjoy it. Wasn't her favorite, but yeah. All right.
That I have someone that could sing better than y'all. So she brought me to the school to sing for them. Handpicked people, singers from Dallas and Fort Worth, and combined and made a group called The Family. And that's how we came Kirk Franklin and The Family.
Listen, what a great family. The hits that Kirk and The Family gave us, the timeless classics.
We had some.
I remember them like they were part of my first favorite gospel songs. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yes.
What was one of your favorites?
Oh, Why We Sing.
Really?
Silver and the Gold.
Behold the Silver and the Gold. You got wait a minute. I'm not gonna let you just ride past that like that. That was so good though. Silver and the Gold.
That's a good song.
That was a good song. And we used to love. You know what? I love background singing with Kirk.
Yes.
It was y'all.
He makes y'all sing.
I lived for that though. I lived for that. And when we came to an end, I was broke.
Really?
I was broke up and broke down.
What did he say?
He said, I'm going to do something different. We're taking a sabbatical. I didn't even know what sabbatical meant, you know, to be honest. But anyway, but it was good, you know, because sometimes we think change is bad. But
Speak on it.
But it really was the best thing that could have ever happened to me because it pushed us and me and my husband, David, to get up and let's get it. And that's exactly what we've done. We've, you know, just...
And been doing it. Hey, David!
Hey, David! We've been doing it, but I went home.
He back there.
He is back there. I went home after that news, Terrell. I had just took a shower, so I thought it was cute. I went back home and got in the shower.
Yes.
And I was crying, and I just started singing in the shower.
What song did you sing? Do you remember?
I started singing my praise medley. My soul loves Jesus, my soul.
More singers need to do this. What is this? That's a little far back, but listen to her speaking voice.
Jesus, praise medley. My soul.
Did you sing? Do you remember?
I started singing my.
Right? Listen to that speaking voice.
Praise medley.
Her speaking voice is lower, and there's a richness to it, right? Now listen to the singing.
My soul loves Jesus, my soul.
The reason why that's lighter is the larynx is raised a tiny bit, and then the vowels are brighter, and the air, both the inhale and the exhale, are very minimal. This is something more people need to learn how to do. I think there are a lot of folks who get obsessed with power all the time, always. There's nothing wrong with lowering or raising your larynx to get different tone qualities.
Loves Jesus. Then I went into He's a Wonder. in my soul. Bless his name.
I love it. I love you.
So, Aaron, I love you.
I hope you still love me after I give you these words.
Oh, my God.
I hope that love remains.
Now you made me nervous.
Don't you be nervous, Tamela. There's a game we like to play here.
Oh.
You see Roxy here? What you about to say?
This is totally irrelevant, but that hair thing that she has on her head, pretty cool. I have no idea what it is. A nice aesthetic.
Roxy, nothing. I'm nervous, Roxy. Let me take a sip of this.
Take a sip of your water. It's nothing but water, y'all. She loves him. I'm going to give you a word, and you're going to have 11 seconds and 11 seconds only to sing the first song that comes to your head with this word in the lyrics or the title of the song, okay? I trust you.
Okay.
I believe this is going to be good.
But sometimes, out of all the songs, sometimes you can go blank.
And you will get a buzzer if you do that. Roxy will buzz you.
You got to be sweet to me. I'm probably your senior citizens that sit on this stool.
You ain't no senior citizen.
You got to be sweet to me, Terrell.
Look at this face. Ain't nothing senior about this.
I'm 55.
Shut up. That's that water she drinking.
Oh,
Your first word up, okay? 11 seconds is on the clock. Your word is inside.
11 seconds. Oh.
Won't he make you clean? Inside. Won't he make you clean? Hey. Inside.
Oh, man. Just so musically, I touch upon this every now and then. This is actually a really difficult thing to get a sense of. You have to have a very, very good sense of time, like an internal metronome, but not turn that into like a way of phrasing that is percussive. You still have to be able to you can do that and that's fine, but you still have to be able to sing legato and really smooth while having a sense of time. And you see that with her, right? She's actually
make you clean.
Right? That's in time. The do like
inside. Won't it make you clean? Hey. Inside.
So, and she's going back and forth between that, right? So she's giving rhythmic phrasing and then she's giving like long lines.
Won't it make you clean? Hey. Inside.
Right? So, kind of you have to practice this stuff or you have to listen to it and develop a sense for this sort of a thing. And I often hear singers that like, it's just, they don't do this, but it's really important because otherwise, like if you try to do the same thing every phrase, you're actually like really boring, right? So it'd be interesting when you sing and make sure that you're being specific from phrase to phrase.
You got to keep you clean.
Come on.
Inside. Yes. Clap for that. She got the first one. See?
Oh, Lord, I'm going through menopause. I'm about to have a hot summer. Oh my God, today. Better. I want I want to be better. Golly, it's by the showers. Make me better. I know the song, Jesus. I want to be better.
I want you to be better too.
I can't. I'm gonna think. Okay, I'm gonna be better at this game.
Tamela,
I'm so bad about that. I should have got that. I'm sorry, Showers family. I'm sorry.
How about the word provide?
God provides.
Will he?
Why do I worry about my life?
Listen to, so we talked about the lightness, right? And being able to do that. But what I love is listen to the end of this phrase.
Will he?
Why do I worry about my life?
She like goes closer to her speaking voice. She retracts the false folds. So right now my false folds are like in a neutral position. This is what I talk like and what I sound like when I talk. But when I want to give this sort of AM radio thing, I can abduct. Yeah, I can separate the false folds. And then it's like in a world, one man, right? Like you get that sort of AM quality. And so that she's doing just a little bit of that on the end, and then also tilting her thyroid cartilage for the vibrato also adds warmth to the sound. So she starts, and again, this is all about contrast, right? She starts with this really nice light singing that we heard before.
Will he?
Why do I worry about my life?
And then kind of brings in this richness.
When he comes to my rescue 1,000 times, every other voice, it is a lie.
So much nice things here. So in order to sense like your false folds, if you're trying to learn to do that, take your coffee cup in the morning or something you like the smell of and just kind of like get a nice inhale and enjoy it. And you'll feel the expansion in your throat, if you can imagine doing it now even. But let's talk about Tamela.
Every other voice.
When she's on the vowels, she's more likely to bring in more depth and more a bigger exhale. But notice here,
1,000 times.
She hits the T on time with kind of like she hits it hard. But she is not singing like very powerfully, right? She's still doing that light thing. So the reason why that matters is hold T, right? Just do that, like hold it until it goes open. You'll see it, you'll feel this. There's a pressure that builds up in the throat. If you hit consonants too hard when you're singing with your full voice, it will affect your pitch, it will affect your technique. And so that she hits time there with the lighter voice and then drops onto the vowels here.
Every other voice, it
And she does it really open with a much bigger sound.
is a lie. God provides. You want me to keep going?
Yes, he better come through.
He'll come through when the clouds of down rain down on you and test everything you thought you knew.
Sing Tam.
Now you finally see what God can do for you. So tonight, close your eyes. There's no more need to fight.
Give me that run.
Watch God provide. God provide.
Be your own backs.
Oh boy.
Ooh, yes, He will.
Be your own choir.
He'll provide.
It's interesting. When it comes to her tone quality, it's great, but I don't think about it. Like when she's singing.
Ooh, yes.
Some of the stuff she's doing technically is like super interesting here.
There's no more need to fight.
So bringing back this idea of hitting consonants in a certain way, listen to how she's not like only hitting it light or only hitting it hard, right? There's a whole spectrum here. And some of it is dependent on where she's at in her range and how much power she has.
Give me that run.
Hold on. And
For you.
even that F. Listen.
See what God can do for you. So tonight, close your eyes. There's no more need to.
So this is using, and this is like where I'm gonna be a total nerd. This is where using a harder consonant actually works in her favor.
Tonight,
On the C.
close.
That with the yodel. So what's happening there is her false folds are coming closer together in response to that consonant, but that's intentional. She wants that sound, and then she also gives the yodel. So listen to how open her voice is before that, and then when she does it.
For you. So tonight, close.
Right? So she hits the C pretty hard, brings the false folds together a little bit to give a little bit more of like a grittier sound. It's not the best adjective for that, but like you can hear what she's doing.
Close your eyes, there's no more need.
And then goes and retracts them again. She's incredible at playing around with the phrase and just bringing it to life.
To fight.
Give me that run.
That is so. The run itself, like I don't I think runs are very easy when you have good technique. And so people listen to runs and they're like, oh, that's so hard. It's not. You just lighten the voice and you have good technique throughout and you're fine. But what she's doing here that's really difficult is this high note and the way she hits it.
Give me that run.
So that's the false folds. We've heard them retracted. We've heard them neutral from her. Now we're hearing them come together. The false folds come together when you hold your breath, okay? So if you hold your breath, you'll feel a closing here, okay? So you can open the false folds a little bit in that position and sing with them really close together, but it is the opposite of ergonomic. It is very difficult to do. And so this is why it's difficult, because she has to have a really good vowel on that note in order for it to be efficient. She has to have very preposterously gentle breath in order for it to work. And it might not sound high, but for this, to sing up here doing this, it's very, very difficult and vocally potentially very draining.
Need to fight.
Give me that run.
Watch God provide. God provide.
Be your own backs.
Ooh, yes, He will.
Be your own choir.
He'll provide.
Right before your eyes.
So tonight. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Don't do me.
Oh!
She clearly loves singing, and it shows when she opens her mouth to sing. It's great.
Close your eyes, there's no more need to fight. Watch God provide. He will. Oh, yes, He will.
Clap your hands if you know He'll provide for you. If you love Him.
Yes, He has.
If you love Him.
I love Him. I love Him.
Now that song, come on. What year did that song come out? Like 12? 2012. I was in college, broke, okay? Because most of us are in college.
Right.
Broke. But I had all these big aspirations and dreams, still do, just not as broke. And in that time, I kid you not, I played that song out. I played it out. I was the first one in my family to go very far for college.
Wow.
And nobody wanted me to. Yeah, I'm from the country. I want you to stay close.
Okay.
So I had to step out in faith and do that. And that song pulled me through a lot of ramen noodle situations.
Wow.
A lot of them.
I like how you said that. Ramen noodle situations.
It was giving. Oh. I said, please provide for me, Jesus.
Just like yourself, I was the youngest of 14, was raised poor. There was a time that I was caught doing dumpster diving, meaning where you would go get food from the dumpster, where things were just that rough. And yes, I know about food stamps. I know about going next door and borrowing an egg and a cup of sugar.
Come on.
I know about those things, and I know that God will provide, and He has done just that. You know, my gift really has made room for me, and I really give glory to God. I thank God for Kirk Franklin for writing that song for me. And when I first heard it, I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure. But the words start, like you're saying, living in me. It just start living in me that He can, that He is a God, that He cannot lie, and He will stand behind His word, and He will come through.
I'm going to give you this next word here, and you only can sing one song. I won't allow you to sing any other song, okay?
Okay.
Her face.
So, listen. The word is king. What?
Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces.
I love this little break thing that she's doing. To me, what's crazy about gospel, the tricks and the little things like the growling and the squalling, those things are super hard to do. Probably not for someone who grew up in that. That's like the huge asterisk. I have a friend who's a voice and speech pathologist, and we talk about the difficult things in singing a lot. But when you grow up around it, Because like a lot of folks always comment like, she learned to do it in the church. She didn't take voice lessons. Yeah. Yeah. The school of doing is the best school there is. And, if you're around great singers and you're around people who can do these difficult things, then anything that's difficult done over time becomes easier, right? So that's just one thing to just say right there. But yeah, the technique of gospel singers are it's totally bananas.
Breathe. My heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne.
Don't touch
Leave
me.
me there alone to gaze upon your glory and sing to you this song. Take me to the King.
But what's the truth, Tam?
What?
Truth is.
Truth is I'm tired.
Don't you lie.
Options are few. I'm trying to pray. Have you ever been there?
What?
When you're trying to pray, but where you feel like the Lord is not there, but He is there.
Paint the picture.
But where are you? I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. I can't fake what's left to do.
Ooh, that was clean. So yeah, I usually not. Dog wants attention. I'm usually not someone who gushes over runs, because again, I do think they're easy when your technique is good. The thing that I like to point out with runs, and that's actually I think much more difficult, is to do something with them musically to justify their existence, right? So she's very specific.
I can't fake what's left to do.
You see how she's emphasizing certain notes within the run? Listen.
I can't fake what's left to do.
That there's like a jumping of the larynx. Another way to do this that's become like super popular with like people like Ariana Grande is like they'll do this like rapid jaw movement, and people like will be like, oh, she moves their jaw and you don't need to do that for a run. You don't need to do it, but if you do it, it adds emphasis to the notes. So if I go, right, I can't do it super quickly because I have a really tense jaw. But if you have that double jointing, that ability to move it, that starts to give, like a lot more of an attack on the notes within the phrase. So if she just sang this like, right, like who cares? Like just a scale. I don't care. You shouldn't either. But that's not what she does.
I can't fake what's left to do.
That little crack thing, that little yodel thing to give life to every note, that's really cool.
Ah, stop it. Next song. Truth is I'm weak. Okay, come on. No.
I can't get off of it because when she slows the words down, they sink even deeper. You have songs that have crossed over way past gospel. You had Thug singing Take Me to the King. You can play that song anywhere and everybody knows Take Me to the King.
That's amazing to me. I'm not gonna cry. That's amazing to me, and because that as a gospel artist,
yes,
that's what we want to happen. Is we really do want the good news to get out.
Yes,
and it's all about the message, getting it to God and sending people back to God. That we can't do this thing alone. I don't care how much money you have, how well things are going for you, but we all need God. No rules, no religion. I made my decision to run to you, the healer that I need.
Temporarily leaving the key.
The healer that I need. Take me to the King.
Sing with it, you know it.
I don't have much to bring.
I meant the audience at home.
My heart is torn to pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. You gonna do it? Leave me there alone.
So he, as much as he's making fun, he kind of actually has the coordination there. He's just like making the vowel goofy because probably he's self-conscious about it, or he wants to keep the attention on Tamela, right? Because he's really good at that. He's really good at being like, yes, I'm here, I have a platform, but this is about you. Let's see. Like, he's just really good at that. He's a humble guy.
You gonna do it?
That's pretty close. Obviously, it doesn't sound beautiful, but that's a sound that's not supposed to sound beautiful. So what's happening there is his larynx is high, his folds are slightly open, like in a mix or falsetto, which is a giant spectrum. Just there's the folds have a little bit of an opening, which is probably a good idea to do for reasons I'll explain.
At the throne. You gonna do it?
So when Tamela does it, it's incredible. So he's adopting the bright vowel that she used. He's adopting the false folds coming together to create that rasp. But his exhale is excessive. Now, the body is very, 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 very smart. And so what... okay. The dog was distracting me. The body is smart, so a lot of these things your body will do just as a protective measure. So in this instance, the breath is a little excessive, because again, that technique, the grinding sound that you get when you bring your false folds together, you need very, 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 very little air for it to be a thing. But the body's clever, so what happens is that the folds open a little bit in response to that pressure.
The throne.
Look, like her vowels are insane. So good. Look at that. The tongue is like totally forward, totally wide. Her soft palate's there. It's a beautiful, beautiful vowel and sound.
It's my offering. Da, da, da. Lay me
Awesome.
at the throne. You gonna do it?
So yeah, this sort of like flipping open of the folds happens because of the excess air that happens. And I'm not like trying to pick on. I'm not trying to pick on Terrell and say, oh, this, that, or another thing about his singing technique. I don't care. I don't think of singing as right and wrong. I don't think anyone should think of that because it's an extremely limiting perspective. I think everyone should think of singing as cause and effect, right? Because A, that's a way more interesting, but it's also a better learning attitude. And also, if you are listening to singers and you're being hypercritical about this, that, and the other thing, you're going to have those critiques on yourself, which will stunt your growth and affect you negatively and possibly even ruin your relationship with singing. So don't be an a-hole, is basically the lesson there.
You gonna do it?
He's doing a couple things that are funny. But yeah, the little falsetto thing is happening. He's raising his larynx. He's doing actually quite a few of the things that are required for that technique.
You gonna
he just
do
hasn't put the coordination completely together because it's not what he does.
To gaze upon your glory, sing to you this song. Take me to the King. Sing to you this song.
That's a belt. Why? Okay, so why am I impressed about a belt and this sort of like frying thing? Okay, we need to get to the spectrogram here. Okay, so this is a spectrogram. It'll tell us a couple of things that we need to understand for this concept of why that's so ludicrously difficult. So, vibrato, like normal classical singing, looks like this. I haven't warmed up, but don't judge me. So you can see that there's a bias towards the frequencies that are right around 3 kilohertz. That's idiomatic of opera in any genre where you would want to cut through. Another word for that is twang. So this is twang right here in this frequency range, and that's made by contracting a sphincter in your throat. And it contracts and then it highlights these frequencies. It's super cool and interesting. But you can see that there's a big gap between these lower notes and then these lower frequencies and the frequencies around twang, which is cool. But that's not how belt works. Okay, my belting chops are a little limited, but we're going to try this. Here. Okay. You're not here. Okay. Big difference. Big difference. First of all, the frequencies are not as close together as they were with the more traditional approach to singing. And then these frequencies are just like, they're all kind of bright, right? So, and if I didn't have this air leakage, this little hiss fuzzy thing, I probably would have had these to be brighter as well as probably this one. But this is like all even, right? All stacked like that. When you belt your cricoid cartilage, at least this is one of the two running theories, academics have strong feelings about this, but let's just go with one that's a simple explanation. The cricoid cartilage is the bottom cartilage of the larynx, okay? And the theory is that the cricoid cartilage tilts, and then what happens as a result of that tilt, your folds fatten and come together. And this is why belting can hurt people, and it's so dangerous, is that your folds are really thick, so a lot of pressure will build up, and if it's too much pressure, this will happen, and you get a vocal hemorrhage. I shouldn't do that with a ring on. But with good technique and like a gentle exhale, slowly these things will open. But as they do, it's a lot of buildup. And so there's a lot of sound. Sound is measured in SPL, sound pressure level. So literally, there's this pressure that builds up and gets released. And that's why belting is so loud, and that's why there's no such thing as a quiet belt. So, because even done extremely gentle, belting is loud. So yeah, the human ear hears these higher frequencies much more, they're much more sensitive to the higher frequencies than they are low ones. So this is why belting is extremely loud and why belting is difficult. Now add on top of that, this distortion that she's doing is insanity, but then she also goes and does vibrato because you can tilt your thyroid cartilage as you tilt your cricoid cartilage. So cricoid, bottom of the larynx, boom, tilts, belt. Thyroid cartilage is the Adam's apple, this like little shield thing, and this tilts, the folds stretch out. So let's walk through every step of that note because it's insanity. Okay, here we go. So this is high larynx, probably a little contraction of the AS, the twang thing, but it's very gentle so far. That's great. Sing to you this song. That's as a belt. Okay, so she has the belt, which again takes extremely little air. Also, fun fact, when you tilt your head back, it facilitates the cricoid cartilage tilt. So, like, she has her head back, and so that makes this motion of the cricoid cartilage much, much easier. And then she gets on and off the belt. And then she adds vibrato, like it's the larynx Olympics, everybody. Sing to you this song. And then as she goes into the vibrato, she gradually lets go of the false folds. It's just like, oh. And just to be clear, no one at this level is like consciously doing all of these things in the same way that like Tiger Woods doesn't think about the rotation or centrifugal force of his golf swing. He might have learned it, but more importantly, he practiced that coordination and now just has it, right? So Tamela doesn't think about any of these things. She just does it. And that is why people say the word vocal athlete, right? This is athletic in the same way that figure skating is beautiful to watch and has its own message, right? The way that she puts sound together from her own voice is really, really beautiful. And I'm going to make this just a part 1 because I blathered on a lot and I don't want people having to watch for like a full hour. You decide. Yes, you decide. With the most upvotes, that will be the one that I choose for reacting. But you chose it, not me. I think you get it, right?